Rapping Reason Podcast with Dr. Jeremy C. McCool and Earl Hopkins. How's everyone doing? You are tuned in to another episode of Rapping Reason Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Dr. Jeremy C. McCool.
And I'm Earl Hopkins. What's going on, man?
Man, what's good, bro? Episode 40.
4-0, man. Yo, I'm feeling good this episode. I'm not gonna lie. For the second time, I watched Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan Sinners. Listen, that
hold
is
on.
like
No, do not spoil it.
I'm not spoiling, no spoilers, but I promise you, once you get into the theater, there's no disappointment, bro. Like this is like one of my favorite, if not my favorite movies of the year, man. There's just so much, so many layers. And I think when you see it, like once you come around to seeing it, like you'll really see how many layers there are with just, especially with our families being from Mississippi too. Like there's certain stories that you hear just about the environment and everything. And you kind of see those things like from a, you know what I mean? Like in the film. And it's kind of like a an amalgamation of different genres too. It blends a lot, but it works. You know what I mean? There's a scene in particular for those like R&R fans that have seen the film. There's a particular like scene that really shows like the history of just music and its influence on Black culture and just other cultures too that I really think you'll really bowl with, you'll really rock with. So yeah, man, I'm feeling good.
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to seeing it. Yeah, I'm definitely pulling up. I haven't heard anybody tell me they didn't like it.
Yeah. Yeah, and people are actually going back in the theaters again. That's what I like to see, bro. Like as a movie buff, bro, like the film industry has been, sinking for a minute, really since COVID. People haven't really been in the theaters, and that's why you paying for $15 popcorn. It's because nobody's going anymore. You know what I mean? So the fact that people are talking about movies like this and actually going to see them is crazy because a lot of people just like, oh, well, I'll just wait until it gets on Amazon Prime or video or Netflix. But nah, man, come out and support, especially black directors film with all these stars.
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. That's the one thing I was worried about with the pandemic. I am somebody who actually enjoys going to the movies. So and, like it's not the same. I know they're trying to spin it like watching it on Netflix it's not the same. Like something about being in a theater for some reason is a different experience. So yeah, I'll definitely be going this week to watch it because everybody who I've heard talk about it's only been great things.
Yeah,
you rarely get that with a movie. Especially
rarely. Nah, it's always usually like somebody, you know what I mean? Unless it's like some, I don't know, like have you ever seen Inception, Christopher Nolan film? Inception?
I feel like I have, yeah.
Yeah, like you'll get a film like that's a masterwork like that, but then you of course get people, oh, it's too confusing, you know what I mean? But I feel like all the, like I said, the layers that Ryan Coogler, the director, really hit on, the performance of Michael B. Jordan, and like a new actor, you'll see it. You're gonna be like, wow, all these pieces came together. But yeah, man.
Yeah. Nah, I'm pulling up to see it, man. How was your week?
It was solid, bro. Worked heavily on his book. Worked on his book. We're winding down. We're getting to really the final stretch of this, man. So it's exciting stuff, bro. Like, what about you? What did you have going on this weekend?
Same here, bro. A lot, man. I had family in town, so I entertained and got to do that and had a great time. Mom's was in town, so that was dope.
Yeah.
And then of course, same thing, working on the book, which I'm excited about, man. We're really in the home stretch now. Last couple chapters, like, yeah. We're excited to bring y'all that book. We're gonna have it wrapped up this summer, and then it'll be out next year. We'll try to nudge the publisher to release it out earlier next year.
Not to rush them, but come on, man. This is prime time, you know what I mean? But nah, definitely exciting. And now you didn't even mention the fact that you received the Educator of the Year award. Wow. Working on this book and other things while hosting and all that. Like, bro, how does it feel to be Educator of the Year?
Man, I appreciate it, man. Shout out to the Zetas. I had a great time at their event. And the one thing I'll say that they did well, they had a gala, like a masquerade ball, for the award ceremony and scholarship fund. And I thought one thing that they did really cool was that they put all the professional stuff at the very front, and then they let it just be a party after that. And I feel like that's how it should be. A lot of times those events are stuffy and boring.
Yeah.
It was lit the whole time. But yeah, man, I appreciate it. I always say, man, it's always good to get, getting awards and honored by your own people hits a little different. So for sure. Like, definitely was amazing. Especially because there's so many other people that could have, they could have chose a K-12 educator. There's other people. So for them to me to be the only person to receive the award was dope. So shout out to the Zetas, man.
Shout out to the Zetas. We love y'all. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Always
absolutely.
have. Yeah, good food too. All right, now, so the Kendrick, the Kendrick, the first topic, man, Kendrick, the concert. You and I are both excited to see that, bro. I know we are. To see that concert here in Philadelphia, May 5th, bro. But
Yeah.
some rumbling has been going on with the first show in Minneapolis, dog. Kendrick reenacted a Lil Wayne deposition. Do you even know where that deposition is from? Like, that's
You know
like an
what?
archival
You
thing.
know the funny thing is I didn't know. Well, I remember seeing it years because it's old. So I remember
Mm,
seeing it. I don't know where it's from. I don't know what he was going to like not court for, but I don't know what he was talking to the lawyer about.
yeah.
I have no idea what case this was involving. But
Mm.
um I thought it was funny though. When I saw Kendrick's rendition of it, I thought it was funny. I thought especially with these lawsuits going on, it's good to see that he's poking fun at it
Mm.
in such a big way. And I think that's yeah, you know how I felt about the lawsuit. So I think this is probably one
Yeah.
of the corniest moves in hip hop history. To sue about a diss record when you started making the diss records first is insane. But so I like the fact that Kendrick isn't letting himself be silenced because of it, and he's poking fun at it during the tour. I think it's cool. What did you think?
Nah, it was solid. I actually like just looked up what the deposition was about. It was back in 2012. Lil Wayne gave a court deposition for a lawsuit he filed against Quincy Jones III over the release of the 2009 documentary The Carter. He basically felt like it didn't represent him well, so that's why he
Mm,
did the deposition. But like bringing it to now, bro, like this level of petty has to be applauded, bro. Like I'm not this level of petty. I'm gonna be honest. Like I'm somebody who's historically like I'm okay with knowing I'm on top. I'm okay knowing I'm right, and I don't feel like I have to blare that out to the world. If somebody like oversteps, let them overstep. It ain't like it's no sweat off my back. We're gonna keep it moving. That's not what, nah, like that's not Kendrick's approach. And yo, I can't even blame him, bro, because for someone to sue you over what Drake is suing you over, you know what I mean? Especially within hip hop, definitely get the petty level. Like, but this is a whole, like, this is just creative. It's funny, man. It's lighthearted, bro. And fans, true fans, are just like rap who have us, even like people that happen to be Drake fans. I'm not talking about the OVO obsessives. Like I'm talking about just fans of Drake, fans of Kendrick, just fans of rap. Like can appreciate this level of like entertainment because there's layers to it. You know what I mean? Obviously, for those that don't know, Lil Wayne and Drake, they've been interconnected really since 09, 08, since really the start of Drake's career. So to see like Kendrick poke fun at him and use like that Lil Wayne deposition as a means to do it, bro, like it's hilarious, man. Like Kendrick is just a funny dude, and it just makes this long ongoing beef that much more entertaining in my eyes. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I agree. I think that I think that it is. I think Kendrick is very calculated with the shots he takes, which
Mm.
I definitely will say. Like, out of artists that I've seen, maybe with the exception of Jay-Z, maybe is the only other one I can
Yeah.
think of who is
Yeah.
as calculated with their careers.
Hmm.
I think Kendrick is definitely one, if not two, in that level. For those who don't know, Kendrick recently um came out with a sponsorship or in as an ambassador for Gatorade. He's in a
Mm.
Gatorade commercial, and like it made me even think back on to like when he first did the Super Bowl announcement with the Gatorade being thrown on. Like it's like his
Crazy.
team calculates stuff 6 months out to a year out, which is just
Yeah.
crazy to me. But so
Yeah.
yeah, I think that these little shots that he's taking during it. I think they're fun, but he's doing it like in a very calculated manner still.
He is. And I think he's on a generational run right now. Like people throw that out a lot, but like as far as like at the top of 2024, like really, I mean, this time last year, him doing the like that verse and then like him like continuing to build momentum from there, him being even featured what many people like criticize him for, including us, I believe, for being on Cardi's album. But yet and still, like we have almost forgotten about that because now it's the National Grand Tour. He's doing, you know what I mean? He's doing the deposition thing. He got a like a brand deal with Gatorade. I think I saw something with Chanel or another
Yeah. He's the brand
uh
ambassador for Chanel.
bro. Like this is crazy. He's taking full advantage of this. this opportunity, and he deserves it, bro. Like he's a great artist. I also think Drake is a good artist as well. It's just it's Kendrick's moment, and he's taking full advantage of it. And I know that we're excited about this actual tour day here in Philly, bro. Like, what are you what are you excited about most? Because there's like been previews of like the lineup of songs too. They playing all the hits, bro. I mean, that's to be expected. But like, what are you most excited about?
Man, I'm definitely excited about from what I've seen, a lot of clips have been surfacing in the last couple days from the tour.
Mm,
And to me, the it looks compared to some of his other work, it looks more hip hop, if that makes any sense. Like it looks like
okay.
less fireworks and less. It looks like it's him with a mic and dancers. And I think it looks from the shots I've seen at least, it's looked
Mm,
dope. I know my girlfriend sent me one of the clips of him performing. I think it was Humble, but fire. The way he's doing it, I think looks
yeah.
cool, and it's different than I expected. For some reason, maybe it's because he was on tour with SZA. I expected it to be more like costumes and all these
Yeah.
him floating through the air and all this crazy stuff. But it seems like he's keeping it more like traditional hip hop rap concert. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I'm looking forward to it, and I think maybe he's doing that because even like the way he dressed, everything like it looks more
Yeah.
traditional rap show.
Mhm.
And like when you look at the was I want to say it was the Mr. Morale tour where he dressed like Michael Jackson and got the what I mean
Yeah.
it's all
Had the puppet and
yeah,
all that.
it's more
Mhm.
theatrical. This seems like he's doing it, which is like more hip. It seems more hip hop to me, which I'm
Yeah,
excited.
more bare bones. Like it's like I don't know. I like it though. Like
Yeah,
obviously I gotta see it because I've seen like grand stages. Like I've seen like where a Travis Scott, like who's a great performer, like people are indifferent about his music sometimes, but like his performance is crazy. And an element of his performance that makes him like a yay great ass performers are like their set pieces too. And so I'm excited to see what set pieces kind of come together. I've seen SZA and Kendrick perform live, and I would say like SZA's like, I mean, she's a solid performer in my humble opinion. So I'm interested to see her in like collaboration with Kendrick actually on stage because Kendrick to me, an element of why he's such a great performer is the fact that he's really rapping on stage. Like a lot of people don't have that breath control. A lot of people
no,
can't like keep that up for an hour, hour and a half plus. So yeah, man, I have no doubt it's gonna be great though. Like that's
yeah.
yeah.
No, I can't see any reality where it's not good. And like I said, from the clips that I've seen, it looks like he's keeping it way more hip hop than I think I've seen for a stadium tour. I feel like most people do
Yeah,
theatrics for stadiums just because it's such a big space, and I feel like the
yeah.
expectations are higher for that type of show because usually the acts that are performing on those shows are the Lady Gagas, the Michael Jacksons, the like who are able to really
Mhm.
consistently do stadiums. It's usually acts that are more theatrical,
Yeah.
um, and they kind of play that up because it's such a big
Mhm.
space to work with. So hopefully, I'm sure Kendrick will still make it work, but that's the only thing that I would my only concern, I guess, would be if looking at the clips is like to be able to entertain that big of an audience with just a microphone and some dancers. I don't know.
I don't know. Because like I said, I don't think they've done stadium tours before. I could be mistaken, but
I
last
can't
time I
name
saw
another rapper who's done a stadium tour.
like I haven't
I don't
wait,
know.
dang. A
I'm sure there
stadium
has been,
tour?
but I don't know anyone who has.
For sure. I think the last person that comes to mind, and he had the cheat code because his wife, right? Like Jay-Z and Beyonce, when they did their tour, the Carters,
Wow.
like
Yeah.
they
True.
were in stadiums, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, who else have been in stadiums, bro? I don't even know. Like,
Yeah. I don't know another rapper who's really been able to do it at that level. So
wow. Yeah, I'll have to think about that. But yeah, yeah, this is gonna be interesting. It's gonna be hell getting to that stadium, bro. I hope you know that. I'm just prepping.
man,
I'm
I'm
just prepping.
I'm already considering the options. I'm thinking about do I need to get a driver? Do I want Uber? I
I
what
definitely wouldn't Uber. Ooh,
Uber is gonna be worse though. That's the
it's
thing.
gonna be worse. Yeah, it's gonna be
I don't know
worse.
what. Yeah, it's bad either. It's bad either way. Either way, it's gonna suck.
It is what it
It
is. This is what we do it for. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
man, because that's gonna be a lot of people, and I think it'll be interesting to see because I don't think SZA and Kendrick share the same fans for the most part. So I
Nah,
think
I don't think so.
so. I think that that's gonna be interesting too to see how like those two different audiences react to the other. Like I feel like
Yeah.
some of the Kendrick fans aren't don't listen to SZA's music, and I think definitely vice versa. So I don't know. So I
Maybe
think that,
I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say because
but
like,
you can say
but
the same with Jay-Z and Beyonce though. The same
how would you describe SZA fans? Like for me, SZA fans are
women
kind
with
of like
crystals.
varied. Yeah, I was gonna say earthy girls. Like I feel like if could an earthy girl would she be more into a lyricist or a Drake? I think she would favor like a Kendrick somehow. But
I
I
think she
think
would
yo, you know
favor.
what?
I think J. Cole and SZA have the same fan.
That's exactly what I was about to say. I was about to say like I figured they would rock with a Cole a little bit more. Like that would be more seamless for real, for real.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think J. Cole and SZA probably have the same fan base. I think Kendrick.
yeah,
Now I think SZA fans know some Kendrick songs, especially now because Kendrick has
for
bigger
sure.
songs that everybody knows right now.
Yeah.
But I think,
Mhm.
yeah, I don't think they share the same fan base.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
It's gonna be
I would
interesting.
say SZA fans are definitely predominantly women, and I wouldn't say Kendrick's fans are predominantly women.
Nah, nah. But Cole is like, you can get like
Cole
what,
probably got more.
65, 35?
I would say Cole. Yeah, I would say Cole. I think Cole definitely has just as many female fans as male fans. I
Ooh,
might say
50-50?
I would say 50-50. I'm gonna be honest. I know you.
Mm,
I feel like I meet
yeah.
just as many women who like J. Cole's music as I do guys.
Mhm. Yeah. I used to be friends with this DJ in New York, and she would run into Cole all the time with like with that was her talking point at the party. Like that's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because he's
Um,
made more women friendly songs too. Like he has a
yeah,
lot of R&B collaborations. All the songs with Miguel, all the
yeah.
I feel like he's leaned into that a little bit more.
For sure. I could see it. Like a power trip. Women know that, like, you know what I mean?
He
Like
got
the
like
back of
four
their
songs
hand.
with Miguel that was all like were all hits. At least three.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so to me it makes sense.
Hmm.
But yeah, it'd be interesting to see these two worlds come together.
It will be. But I like I said, bro, like especially with the records they've had lately, like a 30 for 30 or like a
Luther.
Luther, obviously.
Oh
Like
yeah, it's
once
out
that
there.
goes, this whole stadium I feel like is gonna be on their feet or just swaying. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? As it's playing.
I didn't get to go to Jay Z and Beyonce's concert. That's the Jay Z's one of the few people I still need to see live that I've never seen live.
I haven't seen Hove either, bro. Like I haven't
Yeah,
seen Lupe. I kind of want to see Lupe live. There's a lot of people I want to see live though. But
yeah,
they Hove is at the top of the list. Like
yeah,
Kanye, I've never seen live. I don't know if I want to now, but at one point he
yeah,
was at the top of the list for sure.
yeah. I think that but when I said the same thing about like I guarantee it's probably the same thing with Jay Z and Beyonce's tour though, because I don't think
Yeah,
Jay Z and Beyonce had the same fans.
I don't think so.
But
Nah,
they've done a lot of collaborations, so I feel like people rock with the songs that they've done together. So and because they've
that's
been
true
doing
too.
songs together since what Crazy in Love.
Crazy in Love, Bonnie and Clyde, like
Yeah.
whatever them joints is. I don't even, yeah, like since like oh two oh three.
Drunken Love, all that. So I feel like they got so many songs together though that it probably flows well.
That makes more sense. Like, cause really, like Kendrick and SZA don't have that many songs. Like they have like big
Mhm.
songs. Don't get me wrong. Like All the Stars, I think if
All the
that's
Stars
even
is
on the
huge.
set list, that's huge.
Oh,
Yeah,
they can't
like
not.
that's
All the Stars is definitely on the set list. That's
it
probably
has to be right.
that song is
Yeah,
huge. It was on the Black Panther soundtrack.
like come on, bruh.
Yeah, they're not.
Like
Yeah, that song was a huge hit. I don't even. I would imagine on the pop chart that went pretty high.
yeah, nah. I think it's like had it have been a top 10 record, but regardless, man, they have enough hits to like you know what I mean make this work for
Mm,
sure.
yeah. So shout out to
Um,
Dot. Shout out SZA, man. I'm looking forward to that concert. It's in a couple weeks, right?
yeah, it's in like literally
Early May.
shoot, it's May 5th.
Oh shoot, it's right around the corner.
Right
Oh
around the
yeah.
corner, like almost a week out from our recording date. Honestly,
Oh
yeah,
yeah. Yeah.
Cinco de Mayo, bro. Like it's gonna go up.
Oh
How do you
yeah.
feel? Let me ask you this, because I'm seeing it in the moment. How do you feel with the set list as presented? Basically, it's going to be several acts, and Kendrick and SZA are going to alternate. Kendrick is going to start. He'll close, I presume. Yeah, him
What,
and SZA will close.
what's the track
Um,
list? I haven't seen it online yet. What's the track list?
so so the track list or the set list is Whacked Out Murals. He's starting off heavy. Whacked Out Murals, Squabble Up, King Kunta, Element, TV Off. And then SZA's gonna come in. I'll just tell you the first few. She's doing 30 for 30. Love Galore, love that song. Broken Clocks, classic. And then The Weekend, another classic. And then yeah, they just alternate back and forth. How do you feel about that setup? Because what I'm accustomed to is like the opening act goes off, they go crazy, they get like a half hour, 45 minutes. The main act comes in and then they close together. How do you feel with the
But you
alternating like
know,
acts?
I actually think it's genius. I think that dispels what was my concern about it with the audiences not being the same. I think that
Mm,
fixes that problem. Like, I think that way there's not like the people who came there just to see SZA don't have to sit through an hour straight of Kendrick. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Without seeing SZA, you know what I mean. They get little doses of both back and forth. To me, that makes sense. Actually, whoever thought of that idea, that set list makes more sense when you have an audience of fans that don't necessarily always overlap. That makes yeah.
I'm I'm speculating crazy. I have no evidence of this, but I have a feeling that Punch, like of TD Punch, like had maybe a say in like maybe the setup. Because he's been a big influence on both their careers, and especially SZA's as of late. I know they like, you know what I mean, went their separate ways creatively, but whoever had a say in this, bro, is genius. Yeah, I think it works. I think you intertwine like these different fan bases rather than them clash together. They're actually interwoven like pretty seamlessly too. So I like it, and like with the varying energies because that as a reviewer of concerts, that's usually my biggest critique. Does this like blend in well? Are the energies kind of vary just enough for like the audience members to kind of take a break? You know what I mean? If you're a certain artist like a Travis Scott, like you need, like I keep using him as an example, but you need like more somber, slower songs in between because people can't just be amped up for like an hour and a half straight. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you got to switch it up. So I love this setup. Like I love the
Yeah.
acts and I love the song choices.
Nice. Yeah. I like the back and forth. I think that's a perfect decision. Speaking of Punch, this wasn't on our topic list, but I just thought about it. I don't know
Hmm.
if you know, but Punch recently, and for those who don't know, Punch is SZA's manager and also um, helps run TDE, if I'm not mistaken. Um,
Hmm.
Did an interview recently with Curtis King. Um,
Yeah.
oh,
Shout out to him.
yep, shout out to him. And I did one thing I want. He said that stood out to me. A lot of things he said that stood out, but one thing that he said was that the 6 minute Euphoria song that we got
Hmm.
was a condensed version, and that there was
Mm.
a lot of things that Kendrick actually said on the original one that he told him that no, I don't think that was good for the long term. You know, for in
Mm.
the long term, and Kendrick decided to take some of it out. What do you think about that? That was the condensed version of Euphoria.
So I don't want to say that we said this, like we told y'all. I feel like we told y'all though.
Mhm.
R&R, we told y'all like I don't know. I feel like he trimmed this up. Like I would
Yeah,
have to go back to the episode. I feel like we said that though, but it's unsurprising for me that that happened just because I'm sure like you got to think about how long this beef or this exchange has been brewing. I'm sure Kendrick had a bunch of stuff that he really wanted to say. And I think it's important to have like a Punch who's really a music guy. Like he's like really the curator, the music guy within that camp. You know what I mean? So when you think of why does it take like a Isaiah Rashad to release so late or he takes so long in between each project, it's likely because a Punch is telling him, hey, this ain't gonna work. You know what I mean? And so it's good to have like a Punch in Kendrick's camp to tell him like, yo, because how long is Euphoria? About 6 minutes?
yeah. It's about 6 minutes long. All right.
So
That's what I'm like.
so
So
if it was longer,
we talking. I'm like 10 minutes, 12. Like
yeah, I mean,
that's crazy. Because
so
Euphoria already doesn't really have a hook. I mean, I guess I hate the way that you look. Hate the way that you walk. Is that the
I
hook?
guess,
I don't really have a hook. So like,
yeah.
you to rap straight for 10 minutes.
And like it's smart to like condense it because number one, to me, that was the best song, natural song out of the entire exchange between him and Drake. Like that's my favorite song. I know people not like us, they're not like us out at this point, but always it's been for us, I think, Euphoria. So for it to like hit that 6 minute mark and for it like for the punches to land as they have, no pun intended, like I think it was smart to go that route because if it was any longer, I think our listener would have fatigue, low key. It depends how fire it is. Are people willing to wait for a 10 minute song? I don't think so, but like it may surprise me. But I think it was like That's kind of crazy. What do you think about it, bro? Like, would you want to hear like the other version?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I need somebody to
yeah.
leak that. I need somebody to leak that immediately. I want to hear it just to see, just to see like what
Mhm.
angles he was taking on the original version. That's really why I would want to hear it, just to see like
Yeah.
what different angles. And you know me liking rap, I would the punchlines and just to hear the missing bars. I want to hear it. So
Oh yeah, yeah. You
yeah,
talked about that too. Like, I feel like he said he may have went this direction with it.
yeah. There's definitely some angles. I felt like he could have went with that song and he didn't. So I'm wondering what those were, and were those the same angles that he ended up taking later on anyway.
That too, or if they were like maybe because like at a certain point he didn't really attack, and if I'm like if my recollection is solid, he didn't really take jabs at like Drake's camp, like other than like a Baka, you know what I
Oh,
mean? And I don't even think he did that on a song. I think it was Not Like Us, right?
right.
Um, so he didn't really take jabs at like he
That's what
definitely didn't take
I
jabs
think.
at Wayne. I feel like he was doing that, bro. That's just where
Yeah,
I'm at
no, no, I'm with you. I think that he was going at the people around him more. That's my
for
theory
sure.
too. Yeah, that's my theory
Yeah,
too. That's why I was like, I want to hear the direction that he decided to go. Because
yeah,
that's what I would think too. I would think maybe there's some Wayne shots, maybe there's some Nicki shots, maybe there who knows.
yeah.
I mean,
I can see it. I
maybe
can
he was
see
like,
it.
I'm going at everybody around you too.
Yeah, and I think like real. I think I was if that actually in fact happened, if he got at Wayne, I think it would have been smart for Punch to say, "Nah, that's probably not the best move," because you and I have talked about this and like you know what I mean off the pod, but yeah, I don't think number one Kendrick really wants to go at Wayne because I think he like really respects him as like
Absolutely.
a pillar of hip hop, like an artist. But I don't think it would be a good look either. Like this may be a hot take, but like I showed you like the whole mixtape that Kendrick had that was based off the Carter 3. And
Mhm.
if I'm Wayne, I'm eating that up. I'm like, bro, you wanted to be me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't think it would be a good look, personally. Nah.
Yeah, but I don't think that'd be enough.
You don't think that would be enough for Kendrick to smoke him though?
No, I'm saying I don't think that Wayne bringing that up is going to be enough for
Yeah. It's
Kendrick.
not enough ammunition? Maybe not.
No, Wayne has made himself a very easy target in today's day and age. I don't think that's enough. I think he gonna need more than an inspired mixtape. Um,
Man,
I'd
I
love
love
to see it.
Wayne.
I'd love to see it, but I just don't think I don't think that'd be enough.
Oh man, like there's certain artists, man. I love Wayne, but like a Meek Mill, who I also love. I think he's a great representative of Philly rap, like hip hop. He's one of our top five like Philly rappers of all time, but he's made it respectfully very easy to make fun of him. Absolutely,
Who you talking about? Who's the Meek?
Meek Mill, yeah.
But I don't know. I never fell into that, and maybe that's because I'm not the biggest internet
Mm-hmm.
guy. So I've never really fell into the.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just never have really. I see the memes and stuff that people have, but
Yeah,
but these
I
songs.
can think of three off top, like, and I'm just like, this is
Yeah,
hilarious. Like, you know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
they're very memeable things. But other than that, but his music's still been hard, so I haven't really. I don't
I
know.
don't know. I don't. I would love to say that, but that Rick Ross Meek Mill like collab, John, I was like,
Yeah, it was alright, but I went back to a couple of them songs. Alright though.
yeah, they always gonna make good songs. I think like the project I wasn't in love with, but like Meek Mill, bro, we act like if he ain't in his, if he's ever in that championship bag, which he's more than capable of being in, bro. He's one of like the top rappers in his league. Like, come on, man,
Yeah, no. Meek is one of those ones, man. But
one
yeah,
of those guys.
but
Yeah,
yeah, man. In other hip hop news, we have another project that we kind of hinted at last week, and this
yeah,
week we want to get more into it. Wiz Khalifa. Wiz
yeah, man.
Khalifa, I would argue his most heralded mixtape is the Cushion Orange Juice mixtape that he released. He decided to release an album form, Cushion Orange Juice 2.
Yes.
And yeah, he didn't release it. And of course, nowadays you don't even know what the difference between a mixtape and an album is. I really don't even know anymore because they're all being listened to on the same platform. So I don't really know if there's even a clear distinction anymore between what's what. So I think this is
Yeah.
an album, I would assume, but
Yeah.
it was released like an album and rolled out like an album. But
Hmm.
Cushion Orange Juice too, man. What were your initial thoughts?
Man, this is you know what's crazy? I don't know if this is a hot take or not, but I think I like this better than Cushion Orange Juice, the original,
I
bro.
was
And
gonna
this is
say the
why.
same thing.
Because and I think we're on the same page with this. Because number one, the sound is so consistent throughout. Like that was my critique with Kush OJ, like the original. I was like, yo, I feel like it's slightly overrated just because the best parts of Kush and OJ don't really last or expand throughout the entire project. But this does, bro. Like Wiz is rapping on like some of the best levels I heard him rap on since maybe like 2018's Rolling Papers 2. I don't know what it is about sequels, man. He just be going crazy on sequels, I guess. But nah, he's rapping crazy. I love like the features on this. Like I love the Ty Dolla Sign feature on Top Down. I really like the Terrace Martin with the Jet Taylor like track as well. And Currency. Anytime Currency and Wiz get together, bro, it's going to be magic. Same goes for Juicy J on the song My Influence. You already know I'm a big DJ Quick fan, so the fact that Wiz and DJ Quick came together for Take Your Time, Get Paid, like a lot of these tracks, bro. I love Cashed Out with Larry June. The song, like just the sound of this, the production is like really top tier. And like I said, it just flows very seamlessly. I think my favorite record on here, I have to admit, and I think I said this on a preview as well, is Hide It with Don Toliver. I love Don Toliver. I think he's one of the shining bright stars of our like of this generation of rap. But also like him and Wiz coming together and doing it so well. Like you gotta applaud them, bro. Yeah, like this to me is better than Cushion Orange Juice. One, I know a lot of like people maybe a little bit older than me that really like developed around that time or just like really like dug into Wiz Khalifa sound at that time may disagree with me
Yeah,
just because maybe he
nostalgia.
was on the rise and Wiz kind of like right here, right? Like Wiz is Wiz. But for me this is like even better than the original, man.
Yeah, and I would agree. I think that a lot of people aren't gonna agree with that because of the nostalgia. Like especially my
Right.
like we grew up and like I was in high school when this came out, so everybody was young and I feel like they experienced it in a different time frame. And like we said, when Wiz was on his rise, as opposed to now where Wiz Khalifa is more like he's not even necessarily talked about for his music as much anymore. He's more so
Right.
talked about as just like a figure, kind of like Snoop in the same way.
Same way.
Yeah. So I think that they're kind of viewed as more public figures than they are musicians at this point of their life. But I think that this is a way more polished version of what Cushion Orange Juice was. I think same content matter, and I've said it on this podcast. Usually, I'm more critical on artists who don't talk about anything in their music.
Hmm.
For some reason, Wiz Khalifa has managed to only talk about marijuana and women for 20 years, and for some reason, it still works. I don't know why. He's creative as far as his new takes on doing it. I think it fits him. It's his brand at this point, and that's just
Yeah.
what he raps about. So for that reason, I've never placed Wiz Khalifa on any greatest of anything list, to be honest. Just
Hmm.
because he doesn't talk about anything. But as far as just music and sonically, this is amazing to me. Like I think the
Yeah.
production is great. I think that it's smooth. I think that I like the samples that they used on different tracks. Some of the standout ones for me are definitely Top Down. I like that one as well with Ty Dolla
Yeah.
Sign. I might be with La Russell.
Yeah. That was a
Hard,
bop.
hard. Take Your Time, Get Paid. Another one I would really like. Hide It with Don Toliver is also one of my favorite ones as well.
Yeah.
Another one that I really loved on here is Just to See You Smile.
Mm.
Featuring RMR. I wasn't familiar with RMR. That's I'm guessing the person who sings the hook of this song. And an amazing song. This is the more heartfelt record on here. So and I like that Wiz put a song like this on here because I'm sure he knows he even referenced it in the song. It's like usually I just make some weed songs. And I think that I think this one he decided let me put one introspective, more heartfelt record on here. And on this song is dope because like the first verse is him it's like an ode to his mother, and
Yeah.
him talking about growing up and and the stuff he put her through but her still believing in him and all of that. And then the
Mhm.
second verse is I actually had no idea that he had a brother who passed away. And he
Yeah.
kind of tells the story of him and his brother growing up um and that whole relationship. So I thought it was dope, man. I thought that it was it was a good little moment in the album because I didn't expect it. So when I was playing it in the car and this one came on, I was like, oh wow, okay. Wiz put a more, and we've seen Wiz do this before. One of his biggest song ever is "See You Again."
Exactly.
So
Mm.
we've heard him make more heartfelt music, but I thought that this one was a great one. So that's definitely a highlight on the album for me. But yeah, all in all, man, it's dope. Some of these songs on here, I'm definitely gonna be bumping.
Yeah.
It's all in all, it sounds amazing.
Yeah, no, like this is gonna be in the rotation in the whip like all summer, probably. Yeah,
Yeah,
this is that type of record for me, just especially long like road trips. Like this is it for me. And I think you're right. Like that nostalgia element, like people listening to this are thinking like maybe we're crazy. I don't care, bro. Like actually listen to the album. It's one thing for it to be more polished, right? Like that's something we expect with someone with as many years in the game as he had, right? Like he's earned his notches. So of course it's going to sonically sound sharper or cleaner, right? Like
yeah,
of a mix among other things.
yeah.
But no, like the soul of like what he captured on Kush and OJ, the original, I feel this on the second one, bro. Like, and I think that's a credit to Wiz. Yeah.
Now. The thing is there a song on here that I like better than Mesmerize?
Um,
Maybe not, but at the same time, there's only like 3 moments of Gone Cushion Orange Juice the original that I really love to that degree. Like this
like that
has
you
a
take it
lot
to
of
memory. Yeah.
yeah, this has a
Mhm.
lot of solid songs like that. So yeah, I would say this is better. I think it has great features. I think none of the features are like wasted.
Yeah.
Sometimes you hear features and you like you this could have did without this. I feel like all of the artists who came on here, they made their presence felt. And I like that he even had Larry June on here. I thought was dope because you can tell
Yes.
when we talked about this on the podcast before. To me, Larry June is right off of the Wiz Khalifa currency tree. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I don't know if we get a Larry June if you don't get a currency in the Wiz Khalifa and that sound.
I
So
don't think you get a Larry June just off Cushion OJ alone, low key.
yeah,
Yeah. Because this
true.
sound is reminiscent of a lot of that in a way. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think when he came out, that was the first thing I thought when I heard his music. I was like, oh no, this reminds me of that old Wiz currency,
Yeah.
smooth, laid back, except he's talking more boss level hustle type of stuff, even than they
Yeah.
were. So I think that
Mhm.
yeah, no, this is dope, man. Man, shout out to Wiz Khalifa. This is yeah, this exceeded my expectations for sure.
It did. And like even with talking to my friends, like obviously outside the pod, bro, I was just like, y'all ain't tuned into this new Wiz. Like even they like started talking about it, which I feel like again, like you're right. I feel like people don't really talk about Wiz. They talk about like the marijuana brand. They talk about whatever podcast or interview, TV show, what have you, whatever, all these other elements outside of music he's really a part of in the same way as a Snoop, because he's just such an interesting personality. But like, nah, like when he's serious and he really sits down and like really puts like his focus on music, he can make something like this, man. So shout out to Wiz. Shout
Yeah,
out to
man. Shout out to Wiz Khalifa. On another note, we got a couple songs to talk about. All right. One
Yes.
is Detroit rapper T Grizzley recently released a song with a title that I didn't know where this was going. All right. The name of the track is They Shot at Trump.
Yeah.
And when I saw the title, when you sent this to me, and I was like, okay, all right, that's the title of the song. I did not know where he was gonna go, but once I found out, I said, "Oh, okay." What did you think about this joint? And he put out
It
a
was
video
a
for it too. I don't know if you saw the video.
Oh no, I didn't see the video. How was it? How did the video look?
I mean, it was a typical T Grizzly video.
Okay. I thought it was more
It was
conceptual.
bunch of dudes, what I mean, cars, like jewelry. It was
Okay.
typical T
All
Grizzly.
right. So I've been rused. It's been a two-time ruse, bro. So when I when I first tuned in, like I was interested in like just the title of the song because T Grizzly, like a lot of people don't know unless you really have dug in his discography. Like, bro, we really be talking about like some serious stuff sometimes. Like
Absolutely.
obviously he's talking about his upbringing, like his surroundings growing up in Detroit, but he's also talking about like things kind of outside of it that really have like sort of like social importance too. And so I'm thinking like, okay, maybe he's talking about like, as the title would suggest, something in regards to like the president, like assassinations on his life. And so when I tune into it, I'm like, okay, um, like this is a solid record. It's T Grizzly, you know what I mean? He's talking about like some of his family stuff, like you know what I mean. It's cool. I'm interested to see how the album like sounds, but like we can talk about that a little later. How did you feel about like the song when you first heard it?
I thought it was good. I thought it was good. I think that it was one thing that I think T Grizzly does that I like is he ties in, even though he stays with the gangster rap message. You
Mm,
know what I mean, he keeps that stuff in there, but he puts other like positive stuff in the mix. And so he almost is like a I'm gonna put the medicine in the candy type of artist.
mm,
Like, and I hear when he does it, I'm like, oh, okay, I see what you're doing. Like he'll put in little stuff about raising your family and little stuff about,
mm-hmm.
you know, being a good father. He even throws stuff in about being married to his wife. He throws in
Yeah,
stuff throughout it, and I'm like, oh, okay, I see what you're doing with it. But I thought it was cool. It's not what I expected about the title. The title, I was like,
not at
oh,
all.
I thought it was gonna be like a little more political or something, which I don't know why expected political. I've never heard that from him before,
Yeah,
but yeah, but the direction he ended up going with made sense. Like the whole like basically anybody could be touched. You know what I mean?
yeah,
That's pretty much the theme of it. But I thought it was cool. I thought it was a cool secret. So not one of my favorites, but I thought it was good. It's I'll probably play it again. So
yeah. I might play it again. I'm interested. Like, so what's your thoughts about like? Obviously, this is called "They Shot," Trump. And other singles he's like released ahead of his new album. He has a new album dropping next month. Have been like one is Jalen Hurtski and another is Rick Jameski, right? Like, so he's using people's names and however that like doesn't really have anything to do, obviously, like the people being named. It's just T Grizzly doing what T Grizzly does, but he's using like strategic like song titles. What do you think about that, man? Because this dude is smart, bro. Like
yeah,
people don't talk about that enough.
yeah, I think it's very strategic for the algorithm. I think so. T Grizzly, for those who don't know and who aren't familiar with T Grizzly, who's
Mm,
like I said, a rapper from Detroit, he's blown up on Twitch.
yeah,
Huge gaming
huge.
fan base, like huge. So I think that he understands the internet better than a lot of other people. So even like this song, like it was very intentional for him to put that in the title. Like, and I think that it was because he knew that it would make people want to click on it. And I think he's doing the same thing with other titles. And I think it's smart. It's like so much the same thing as articles. You're a journalist. Clickbait titles to make people
Yeah.
want to click it.
SEO, baby.
SEO,
Yeah.
search engine optimization. It's the same. It's the
Mm,
same game as with music. And I think artists are doing that now because they're rolling their songs out on online on YouTube. So
mm.
I think for those who are listening on those platforms. And T Grizzly has a huge YouTube fan base. You know what I mean? Because he does those different series. I don't know if you've ever followed any. Like he has a robbery series that he's been going. I don't even know what song they're on, but he tells like a story, an ongoing story for like multiple songs. You gotta
Oh,
check it
I
out.
didn't
If you've
even know
never
that.
seen it, oh, hard. It's dope. Like,
Mm,
but he's done a couple different ones, but his biggest one I think is robbery. It's called the
mm.
robbery. But he's done like 10 of them, and it's just a continued story.
Okay.
It keeps the story going. It's almost like a movie, and then the videos
Mm.
coincide with it. The videos are like a movie.
Oh, so he got the whole visuals too. That's crazy.
Absolutely, yeah. He has a whole visual acted out the whole nine. Like so, T Grizzly's definitely utilizing the internet and like in a way to really keep his fan bases engaged, and his fans are like into that robbery series. Like even if you go to the
Yeah.
comments of the video for this song, they're like, "All right, where's the next robbery though?" Like,
That's great. You know what that reminds me of? I hate to bring it up, but it reminds me of like the Robert Kelly jump, like with this.
oh,
I
trapped in the
mean,
closet. Yeah,
Trapped in the Closet series. Is it kind of like reminiscent of that?
kind of in a way. I
Okay.
mean, of course, they ain't nobody singing, but other than that, like.
Yeah.
It's same concept though. Yeah, like acting
Yeah.
out long for actually it is. They're very influenced by that. Like, like I say on here, like we just because somebody's a disgusting human being don't mean that they didn't make great, what I mean, music. And
Mm.
I think that was the Trapped in the Closet series was a very unique concept. Like it was
It was
something that we never
innovative for
seen.
sure.
Extremely innovative. It was you pretty much put a soap opera with music and rolled them out one by one, had everybody waiting on the next one. I think it was genius, and I definitely think he's doing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And when you
Yeah.
look at T Grizzly, I think T Grizzly is a lot of people like or dislike his music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's some people who are huge T Grizzly fans who think his stuff is great because I mean, clearly, even though his YouTube is over 2 million subscribers on his YouTube channel, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
huge fan base, but I think he some people are like, I can't listen to him because he offbeat. And that's what people say about all the Detroit rappers. You know what I mean? Some people are
They
not
do say
able,
that.
and some of the Chicago, I mean, they said the same thing about G Herbo. So I think that there's some people who are not able to listen to that, and then they're like, no, it's offbeat. I don't like it. It's trash. So I think it's one of the things for me. T Grizzly's on the is in my top 10 of people I listen to in the gym.
Yeah,
So
I can
there's a
see that.
solid 10 people who I play their music in the gym more than everybody else. And he's probably
Mm.
in that list somewhere. I don't know where on that 10 list. That might be something to put out who the best gym rappers are.
Yo, that actually would be a good list. I'm not
All
gonna
right, we
lie.
might need to bring that to the next episode, the
Yeah.
best gym rappers. But he'd definitely be on there for me. So that's usually when I'm listening to T Grizzly music.
Yeah. And like, bro, we gotta stop that offbeat stuff. Like, bro, because the reality is I feel like that's unfair. Like in a like certain people be offbeat. We just gonna keep it a bean. Like a Blueface of the world, like he
Yeah,
would
that's different.
make fun of the fact that he raps offbeat. I would almost think he would do it on purpose, like to be honest, just to
Yeah,
troll. But nah, bro, like a T Grizzly to me, like makes good music. I think G Herbo makes good quality
yeah,
music.
I
I
agree.
think it's just unorthodox flows, not in the same way like because people would even believe it or not, people would say like Big Sean, what are you doing? Like that flow is like off.
Yeah,
And maybe it is on certain songs. Maybe it
yeah.
doesn't necessarily match up to what people are anticipating or expecting, but like
Same thing they say about E40.
first,
E40, same way.
exact same thing.
And
Exact
I think
same thing.
that I think that it's more unorthodox than it is that they're just offbeat. I think they're
Right.
I don't view it as offbeat. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they're just rapping in a different pocket than people are used to hearing, which to me is, I mean, it's unique. It's like I said, it works for some people. Some people just don't like how it sounds, but other people are like, clearly,
Yeah.
other people like it.
Clearly, other people liking it worse. How did you feel about that new J.I.D single work, bro? We talking about two people that got like upcoming albums too. J.I.D is who I'm expecting or I'm anticipating a lot. It's been like 3 years since his last project.
And his last one is one of my favorite projects of the last few years. So
Yeah,
Forever
it's
Story is
amazing.
amazing. I don't think enough people talked about that project, and I've
No,
said that on this podcast a lot. The Forever Story is amazing. Like
amazing, bro.
like top to bottom, it's one of those that you can listen to over and over again. There's a lot of great storytelling. You really can learn more about
Hmm.
him personally and as an artist.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, I
and
got
of course he's rapping on like a supernova level too. Yeah,
yeah, and that's the same thing I think on this new track, man. He recently released a track called Work, and I thought it was hard. I thought it was hard. I thought the beat was fire. The chorus is like, it's catchy, but it's nothing crazy. But the
yeah.
verses, it's still JID. I don't think he could rap bad if he wanted to be honest.
I don't think so. I don't think his flow would allow it. I don't think his creativity would allow it, bro. Like he's one of those like potent MCs, bro. Like I don't know what to say. Like to me, he's one of the more talented when it comes to technicality.
Oh,
Like I think he's one of the more talented MCs we got.
I think he's, and that's another topic. I don't know. I would say currently they're actively rapping. I would say he's top five technically.
Yeah, and I don't think like anybody if they actually sat down and listened to him because I know certain listeners are gonna be like, "Oh, what are you talking about?" If you actually
Um,
sit down and listen to his music, bro, yes. When it comes to technicality, I don't think you can name five, certainly not 10 people that are
no
better
way.
than him right now that are active right now. You
No.
can't do it.
You would
I
talk about him.
challenge you to do it. Do it
No.
in the comments, but you can't
If,
do it.
if you're not talking about Kendrick, Eminem, if you want to throw Eminem in there, I'll say Kendrick, Eminem, Cole, J.I.D. I don't know. I don't know.
Mm.
You argue the order, but
Yeah, but have a blast, bro. Like you're not doing that. So
if you're not
that's
talking
the
about any of them people, then I don't know.
and those are a portion of those are legacy acts, especially if you're talking about new-ish
Oh
artists
no,
too.
then it's just him.
Okay, would you
I mean,
throw the
Kendrick.
baby in there among like newer artists when it comes to technicality?
Yeah, but I don't think he rapping like
I
J.I.D.
don't think he raps better than JID though,
No,
either. You know,
no. I
yeah,
think I think he's up there though, but no, not with
for
J.I.D.
sure.
is different. Like
Yeah,
just as far as metaphors, as far as flows, as far as like, no, I think JID is up there with Kendrick and him.
yeah, bro. Like talent level is crazy. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like his superstar element, like that's to be seen. I don't.
Correct.
A record could change somebody's life. You know what I mean? A rap feud could change somebody's whole trajectory. You know what I'm saying? So who knows? But based on this record, bro, I really like this record. Like I said, like J.I.D is just showing he's showcasing all his talents all on this record. The production is fire. And I'm looking forward to God Does Like Ugly. That's the upcoming album. I'm not sure what the
Mm.
release date is, but yeah, I'm looking forward to this.
God
If we're
does
seeing this,
God
yeah.
does like ugly is a crazy. I didn't know that was the title.
Because yeah, who's he referring to? Is he I'm assuming himself,
Probably
but
himself.
yeah, that's crazy. But you know what I mean? Yeah,
That's a hard title. I
it does though.
I
It
like that.
is. I mean,
No,
yeah,
I like that title. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to it, man. All
yeah,
right, so we have another topic we want to get into,
yes.
and you brought this up today. So shout out to the Joe Budden podcast, man. They did a topic where they did what are the biggest songs that you like to just get rid of or like remove from history
Hmm.
that you hate.
Yeah.
So I figured we'd do a hip hop version. A lot of the ones that they named weren't hip hop songs.
Yeah.
I figured we'd do a hip hop version of that. And I'm gonna let you start it
Hmm.
off. I gotta think. Let me see.
Woo!
What you
People
who
gonna
you
hate me for this, man. Maybe they won't. I don't know, but I don't think I would say this to this man's face because I heard he's low key gangster, and that's something I would never expect from this man. That I'm gonna say. If I had to say a hip hop song that I feel as though we could honestly do without, you're not gonna agree with me. People aren't gonna agree with me. I think we could totally do without "You Can't Touch This" by MC Hammer, bro. I don't feel like we need that. I'm gonna be honest. Because if we don't have that, that means we don't have Ice Ice Baby. That means we don't have like the conversation of just like where hip hop has gone. Yes, it's gone more global. Yes, it's
you
like, you know what I mean? I think we could do without that record. I'm gonna be
uh,
honest.
oh that's a good point. That's a good point. I feel like hip hop might not get as big without you can't touch this though.
Mm,
I don't know. I feel like that took hip hop to pop levels. But that
mm.
may be for the bad. I don't know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
MC Hammer could dance, but you know that's not the best MC Hammer song though.
What's the best one?
Too legit to quit, man. That one was hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Too
That's
legit to
fair.
quit was alright. Like I like to me
Yeah.
that was the better song. So that's why I'm not mad at that tape. Like I'm never gonna ever turn on you as this ever in life. So I can't disagree with you.
Yeah, but I think you're right though. Like hip hop did go more global, and the conversation back then though, if like I feel like it was like, yo, it's heading down the wrong direction. But in some ways, I feel like a lot of artists that came after Hammer were like, yo, we can still go global, but we're gonna take it a little different direction with it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and so like in some ways it was good. I think the song itself, I do not like the song.
I don't like it
It's
either.
iconic, like we can agree, but like
No.
I just don't like it. It's not
It's
my thing.
all right, all right. Well, you gonna like my you gonna dislike my next choice. I'm gonna go in our generation.
Okay.
I ain't even gonna go that far back.
Okay.
One song that I always thought was stupid and I hated. I'm in love with the Coco. Trash. And when I first heard it,
Wow.
it was trash. It's trash now. It's always
Yeah.
trash. And I'll add on any other song that talks about drugs in the chorus. All of
Mm.
it, garbage. But that one was bad. And OT Genesis got some songs I like, but that one was not it.
That's the thing with bro. He's like a very odd case. Like, you know how like some of my favorite artists are album artists, like a Redman, for example, if we taking it back. Like he's an album artist. Like there isn't like necessarily a hit song outside of him and Method Man. Like you could really think of him as just a solo artist that
Mhm.
really stand out in the same way as maybe his peers. But like his albums I love. I feel like OT Genesis is quite literally the opposite of that. That man, like, I don't even know if he ever put out an album. I actually think that's actually the thing about him. He's never put out an album, but he's just got songs that are just like bigger than him, like in a way. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Weird, yeah, weird.
Yeah. No, I did with that one. What else you got?
So let me see, man,
I
because
think
yeah.
let me see what else I got. Um I got one. Iggy Azalea, Fancy. That song should have
Anything Iggy
never
ever put it
happened.
out,
That
yeah.
song should have never happened.
Yo,
Now that's something we got to blame Ti for.
he tried to warn her though. He was like, "Yo, you got to stop doing whatever it is you doing." Like, but at the same time, she was under his watchful eye, bruh. So we gotta put that. That's a knock against Ti, bruh.
I'm talking about him bringing her out. Period.
Yeah, like we gotta put that as a slight knock on my man. You know what I'm saying? Like he birthed that to an
Eh.
extent.
You know, I hated that. I hated that song with a passion on. I'm
Yeah.
so fancy. I hated that song. And you know what? We can add on that Miley Cyrus and Juicy J song too.
Yeah, we get yo, I ain't gonna lie,
Days on my feet. That whole era was nasty
that
work.
whole era was nasty, bro. Yeah, I'm not a fan of any
We
of
should
that.
just blank out. Yeah, yeah. All them songs that came out.
And bro, and the crazy thing when when Miley actually went back to like her roots too, like as of recent, like people love that. But like I feel like and truth be told, like they loved that era at the time. But looking back, bro, like her twerking and Jordans and like you know what I'm saying, the hair, like
Nasty work.
oh,
Nah,
that was a
just
wild era.
disgusting era.
That was wild.
What,
Yo.
what else? You know, there's quite a few songs that I'll get rid of if I could. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There is some hip hop where I was like, this shouldn't happen.
A lot of it for me is like a lot of recent stuff. Like I'm trying to think like really what's saying. I want to say like the Ice Spice Nicki Minaj Barbie song so bad, but I think like we talked about this all the
Uh,
time. I think like for like younger audiences, it did what it did, you know what I mean? But I just feel
I,
like we could do without Ice Spice
I got
as a whole, to be
I
honest.
got one that you probably disagree with. And I hated this song when it came out.
What?
Everybody loved it. Lil Wayne Lollipop. I hated that song. Hate,
Oh man.
hated that song, bro. Let me tell you, man. That song, the first day I heard it, I hated that song. She
Bruh.
let me lollipop. I was like, what is this, bro? Like, and the fact that people made that song like it was hard or cool, I was like, bro, what are we talking about?
Yo,
Me like
that
a
song,
lollipop.
that's probably one of my favorite Wayne songs at that time,
That is
for
crazy.
sure.
That is crazy.
For sure. That's crazy. Like the video was hard. Static Major, RIP was in it, man. Yo, I
Trash.
love that song. I love that song,
Throw the
bro.
whole song away.
Ash?
Throw the
Wow.
whole song away. I never liked it. The beat was cool, and even the video was alright, but the song itself.
Wow.
Even the remix was alright. They tried to save it, but it still was bad. Was Kanye on the? I think Kanye was on the remix.
Yeah, everybody was on that jump.
Yeah, the remix was tried to make it a little better, but it's crazy because I liked the bridge. I almost liked it, like the Shawty wanna that part was
Yeah.
cool, but then when the let me, I was like trash again.
Yo, that's crazy. I feel like you like the best Static Major influence parts of the song, but for some reason Wayne effed it up for you, low key.
Yeah, because he just kept coming on with that whiny auto tune.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't like none of that Wayne auto tune whiny era. I didn't like none of it.
Wow, yeah.
No.
Yo, since you bring that up, that was a whole era where because I'm trying to think of like what there was a lot of BS during that era because the auto-tune was so like prominent. And I'm so glad Hove shut that down. Was like did that the auto-tune. I'm
Yeah,
so glad he did that.
it didn't work though.
People still do it now.
Yeah,
But
that's
like
what I was gonna say. I don't think he killed it at all.
because there was a couple songs, even T-Pain songs I ain't really like none of them like stick out in my mind because they weren't big
I was
songs.
gonna say I love T Pain songs. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
T Pain didn't miss that much to me. T
Mm.
Pain was the one who did it right. This is when everybody else tried to do it that it got bad.
That part, like I'm trying to think of
Because I ain't gonna who else? Because all of those all the Wayne ones I didn't like. I didn't really like any of the auto tune Wayne. The only
wow.
one I liked a little bit is the only auto tune Wayne song I liked was Single.
Single for the night, that one.
Yeah, that one was hard. That was the
Yeah,
only one I liked.
dang
Because I
man.
like the beat. I like the production. It was just a smooth song. That one was cool. But other than that, all them little auto tune whining ones, I was like, nah, I'm cool.
What about the songs that like during the Snap era where everybody wanted to have a song with a dance or a dance with a song, and like none of them they just wanted to like replicate what Soldier had done. I feel like there's a lot of misses in that
I'm
era.
not gonna lie, man. I was a Snap era guy. So
For
for
sure, at the
me, I
time,
ain't
for
gonna
sure.
lie. So most of them is all right with me. I think
I,
the only one that made that it's some of them dance ones that probably could go though.
I'm
I feel
my
like we could probably do without chicken noodle soup.
I can't even do it, bro. I was chicken noodle souping.
I
I
was
guess all that let it rain and clearing
nah,
it
nah,
out,
you
bro.
know what? That one was okay too. I'm trying to think if there was any that I really hated during that era.
I would do without Stanky Leg for sure. For me personally, I would do without Stanky Leg.
Stanky
Dougie,
Leg could go.
classic. We keeping a Dougie. I'm sorry. Yeah, I
Yeah,
do Dougie now.
we got to
Fine.
keep lean with it, rock with you. Got to keep Laffy Taffy. You got to keep
Got to.
Bet you can't do it like me. I don't know. Some of them was all right. I ain't gonna lie. That was
Yeah,
a cool little era to me.
yeah, it was. It
Most
was
of those,
fun. Yeah.
yeah, that was a fun era. Most of those I'm keeping. But yeah, we can get rid of Stanky Leg. You know the slide song that we can get rid of? Now, this is a random one that I hate. I've always hated this song. I hate the Cupid Shuffle with a passion.
Really? Wow.
I've never liked the Cupid Shuffle. That song annoys me. After one slide song, I'd be like, when that one come on, I'd be like, nah, y'all got it. I'm cool.
Who even like invented that? Oh, is it
I don't know.
what? Who did it,
I have
bro?
no.
Oh,
I
like
don't know
Cupid.
who. I don't know who made any of the slide songs, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know. A
But
lot
that
of them anonymous for a reason. I would imagine. I don't know.
both of them one hit wonder. But that one, I just never liked that one. I don't
Yeah,
know if they count that as hip hop, but I don't like it.
yeah, yeah. I
I like
love
that. I like this little hate segment. This is a cool segment to have.
that
Throw
the
the
hate segment,
the hate
man. Make this
segment.
weekly, bro. Make this a weekly with the hidden hits, bro.
Yo, this all the stuff I hate. All right, let's get to the hidden hits, man.
Yes, sir.
Man, anything stuck out to you this week?
Let me see. Let me pull it up because I usually just say this and you know what I mean. So I would say the song that really stood out. We can go one by one. I don't have that many. I'll say a song called Michigan by Coda the Friend and Big Sean. Like to me, this is one of my favorite. This is going to be a summer record for me that I'm gonna play in the coming months for sure. Like it's just a smooth record. Big Sean is rapping, his behind off, bro. And it's just a smooth record. I didn't know who Coda the Friend was before I just stumbled on this song, but this is dope. I would imagine Coda the Friend is maybe a Michigan native, maybe Detroit native. So the fact that Big Sean like collaborated with this like at the moment little known artist is dope, and the song is even doper. So yeah, that's my recommendation for the hidden hits segment. You have any records in mind?
Yeah, man, I got a couple, man. We could and let's see. Uh One I want to do is let's go back a little bit. Let's see. I will go maybe we can get into I liked I think people slept on Meek Mill 5 a.m. in Philly.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's one that I want to recommend. It came out and I feel like it didn't get the attention it deserved. It was hard. That's definitely one that I want since we talked about Meek a little bit earlier. That's one. I want to give another one. There's a joint by 38 Special called Made at Home.
Fire. 38 Special is hard too.
People sleep on 38 Special, man. Made at Home is one that I've always liked. That's another one that I want to recommend. What else you got?
So I
Anything else?
got the Louvre by Static Selector, West Side Gun, and Joey Badass, man. Like, I'm a Static Selector fiend. I love Griselda. So anytime West Side Gun, he just got an iconic voice. He has one of the more iconic voices in rap. And just those three coming together, man. I've been a Joey Badass fan for a while. So the Louvre is definitely a record I would listen to if you just really want to just kick it, just chill, maybe have a couple drinks, have a couple friends over and just vibe out. Like this is definitely a song that I would recommend. Put that in the playlist for sure.
Yep, and then the other two that I have is one is feel like people slept on J. Cole Ready 24 or Might Delete Later. So if you haven't heard that with him and Cam, check out Ready 24. And then I also want to throw in another one that's random, but I feel like it's the last 50 Cent song I actually liked, which was I'm the Man with Chris Brown. Hard.
Jesus. When that come out? Like 2009, 2010?
Yeah. Was it that old? I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
I don't think it's that old. Cause that was on. I feel like it was on the soundtrack of Power or one of them shows.
Oh, it's
I'm the
called
man.
Man.
I'm the Man with Chris Brown.
Yeah. Oh, it's not that old. 2016. All
Yeah,
right.
2016, 2016. So I would definitely say check that out too, man. But yeah, those are hidden hits for today.
Yes, sir. This
Yes, sir.
week. Yeah. Yeah.
Man, make sure y'all are locked in with us, man. Following us on YouTube, subscribing on YouTube. Hit the notification bell on there as well at Rap and Reason on TikTok, on Instagram, everywhere. Rap and Reason, and we keep on giving you all more episodes, man. Anything you want to leave with, Earl?
Nah, man, I think you sealed it well. Just tap in with us, comment, get those engagements up. And we're gonna keep coming with fire content. You know what I think we should do? I think after we do the Kendrick SZA concert, maybe we should do a live review. I think that could
That's
be
a great
fire.
idea.
So
That's a
yeah,
great
let us know if
idea.
y'all want that and want more of those, because that could be a fire like segment that we have as well.
Yeah, we can go live on that one. That day. That's a good idea. All right, deal. Let us know if y'all are into that and we'll do it, man. And if y'all have any albums or songs that y'all want us to review on here, make sure y'all leave them in the comments and we'll try to get to them all. All right. Another episode, episode 40, Rapping Reason. We out.
Yeah.
Peace.